Happy guinea pig!
Hi, I'm Alyne. Welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm making lobster rolls. Now, I've never had lobster rolls, never made lobster rolls, but I did look up how to make them. And it calls for lobster meat, mayonnaise, seasoning, and celery. That was the main East Coast lobster recipe I found. Now today when I looked it up, I found two different recipes called a Maine lobster roll and a Connecticut lobster roll. Maine lobster roll is lobster meat, mayonnaise, seasoning, your choice, and split top New England roll. The Connecticut lobster roll calls for lobster meat and butter and the seasoning you want to use. I'm not using melted butter except to put when I cook it. So this is going to be similar to a Maine lobster roll. I have my two lobster tails here. I've got me some chopped or cut celery here. Salt and pepper to taste. Mayonnaise. I've got some butter to toast my buns with. And y'all, these are split top hot dog buns. If you wonder what I'm talking about, split top means it's split on the top, not on the side. And I will be toasting the sides of these. As you can see, put those on the griddle, and I'll toast those with some butter. But just want to tell you what I had found as far as the differences in them. And I asked on my last live about what goes in a lobster roll as far as the meat and the different things. And I was told you can use green onion in it. Well, technically, you can put anything in a lobster roll you want. I went with the recipe that I found online. I can't remember where I saw it. And so I went ahead and
start writing down where you get stuff from.
Yeah, I need to, so I can go back and look up more. And I'm taking these out of this and let Piggy have it right there so he can rinse that out.
Oh, well, thank you.
I just thought it'd be nice, Piggy.
Yeah.
I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. And now you can cook lobster on the grill. You can cook it or in the oven. You can broil it. However you want to do it. But what it said on this, it said that you could cook it by cutting the lobster tail in half, or you could split the shell and just make room to cook with. So what I'm going to do is cut these tails in half.
In case y'all wonder what that squeak was, folks, it was me getting the ice bucket out of the freezer.
And this right here is me cutting into this shell. You should. Yeah, that's okay. Now, I don't have claw meat or anything like that. All I have is the lobster tails. And I got these as part of the package at my local butcher. These were frozen.
Yeah, if you're around Dalton, that little butcher shop, they got seafood, they got meat, pork.
And if you get a chance, please get the butter out of the microwave for me.
Butter out the microwave.
And you'll see I've got that cut in half. Now, this is only total 11 ounces of lobster tail, so about 5.5 ounces a piece. Huh?
It's not completely.
That's fine.
All right. As long as you say it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And yes, y'all, I am beating this after the lobster there. There we go.
Slam it.
All right.
Throw it on the ground.
Let's fix that. Yeah, I've only ever had lobster one other time in my life. I'm not a big lobster fan. Just gonna tell you, I can give you that.
Yeah, well, now you're cooking it.
Yeah, I'm cooking it. I looked up the way to do it. So this is the pan I'm going to bake my lobster on. It says to do this for 8 to 10 minutes. So that's what I'll do, is about 8 minutes. When it's fully done, it will be fully opaque.
Just think, folks. There was a time that used to be prison food because they didn't figure it was any good.
Yeah, it used to be for poor folk in prison food. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of this melted butter on here.
They put a little butter with it and they figured out that's pretty good. Very nice.
Okay. Do this. And while the lobster is baking, I will toast my buns.
Might not want to do that. That might hurt.
Get my okay. Get all this stuff put up out of my way. Now I'm going to put these in the oven, like I said, for about 8 to 10 minutes. Since they're on the smaller side, I will do 8 minutes. If I can get that bun, how far going? There we go. Okay. So 8.5 right there. Now I'm going to put this around. Maybe it here out just a little bit. Turn that around. Okay. Now I've got my griddle set. Turn down, get warm. I'm going to go ahead and start putting butter on this. It will melt, as you can see. Once that butter starts melting, I know that that griddle is getting hot. And I'll give this to Piggy to put back in the refrigerator. After I get it folded back up, there we go. Now the celery that I use 1 stalk of celery. And like I said, I diced it up small. See how small I diced it. And another difference between the Maine lobster roll and the Connecticut lobster roll that I found was that with the Maine lobster roll, you use cold or cooled lobster, and the Connecticut lobster roll is used hot lobster. So once the lobster gets done, I will take it out and I will let it chill for just a minute or two so that we can have it like it's supposed to be, which will be chilled. Put this up. Okay. And you want to put the cut side down on your toaster or griddle or whatever you're cooking that on so that it can griddle or grill. I'll give Piggy both of these. And I'm going to go ahead and add my celery to my bowl here. That way Piggy can wash the bowl.
Well, thank you.
That's going to take a few minutes. So we'll take a break and come back when these are toasted. And hopefully this is out of the oven and we get ready to start making this up. Alright, buns are toasted. See that nice toast on that bun? That's nice. There. The lobster tails are done. Took right about 8.5 minutes. This is 3 of them. This is the last one. Not a great lot of lobster on that. Been enough for me and Piggy. Don't tear it now. I had a hard time getting these things out of the shell. That's the only one that came out whole, y'all. Everything else came out in pieces. So that just couldn't work. But it smells good. We're hoping it's going to taste good.
Yeah, she found out on that last one, it was cooled off enough. She didn't have that much problem with it. So that might be the trick.
Might be. So there's the celery. Here's the lobster that's baked in butter.
You have to ask Michelle, but it's all mine.
Here we go. Give this all to Piggy.
Guarantee you should know.
I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper. Not a lot. Just enough to taste. Add just a touch of salt. Because I use unsalted butter. So that is the only seasoning I'm putting in there.
Well, there's quite a few really great cooks that follow you and probably tell you.
And now comes time for the mayonnaise. I'm only going to put about 2 spoons of mayonnaise. I found out mayonnaise really messes up my stomach because of all the oil in it. I'm not using a great lot of mayonnaise. I'll let you put that up for me.
Yeah, just say.
And we're going to stir all this right here together. I mean, it looks good. Smells good.
Some of y'all might remember that meme I reshared on Facebook. If your wife tells you or asks you to do something, when you get a minute, go ahead and put your shoes on. Because translation, now.
Pull this part over here a little bit. I'm going to put some of this one. Oh yeah, that's looking good right there, y'all.
The good neighborhood.
I've always wanted to try a lobster roll. Just never. Like I said, I've never been big on lobster and never really been anywhere that sells them.
Well, it's because they're expensive.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've never been like up north or east, northeast, whatever.
Like I said, expensive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Anything about this, since I get lobster tails as part of a package deal at the butcher shop, I can get more lobster and try different lobster recipes.
Yeah.
Okay. Give that to Piggy to wash out, and he can grab me a picator.
I better grab you a picator
Well,
and then wash that out.
okay. Got it?
Got it.
All right, y'all. Let's see how this tastes. All right.
Da, 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 da. She's thinking about it, y'all.
They're good. I probably shouldn't add the salt because the lobster itself is salty.
All right.
It comes out of the ocean, which is salty.
Now you know.
Mm-hmm. Give me. Will I try again? Yes. That would be something I would eat again, and I will make it again. It's very good. Like I said, I'm not overly fond of lobster. I've never been. It's lobster meat right there. It's good. I think it has to do with the way it's cooked.
If you think you got too much salt, that'd be a lot of it.
I mean, it's just a little salty, but it's good. And that's on me for salting it before I tasted it. I'd say if you're making it up, before you add salt to anything that comes out of the ocean, taste it. You might not need to salt at it. But again,
Or study up a recipe that tells you how much in it.
right. But again, it is something I will eat again. Excuse me, I have a problem in my throat. But I highly recommend looking at the recipe for lobster rolls and making your own. If you can get a good deal on lobster meat, lobster tails, go for it. So thank you for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.